So ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you this question. What does the word parallel mean to you guys? Jaden, you said?
Like railroad tracks.
Like railroad tracks. Leah, you said? Okay. So parallels are like railroad tracks. Most important thing we need to know about parallels, think about the sides of a railroad track. What do they never do?
They don't touch.
Correct. They never touch. Breslin?
Yeah.
What did I say?
I was just kidding. I'm sorry.
We're not repeating it. So let's take a look at some lines that are parallel. If I call this line A and line B. We've done something like this before. Who can tell me what is the equation of line A? Point. What is slope-intercept form real quick again? Okay. So for line A, what's our slope? 1 over 2. And where do we cross the y-axis at? Very good. Let me change colors here. What about for B? Again, what's our slope?
-3.
That is going to be part of this, but it's not the slope though, Breslin.
Yeah, sorry.
That's going to be our intercept.
Up 1 over 2.
Up 1 over 2. You guys noticing anything about these two lines? These two equations?
They're the same thing.
Correct, Lorelai. Let's look at another pair of parallel lines. Okay. I put a pair of points on there. Let's get somebody else involved. Peyton, what's the equation of that blue line? And since it's going down, it should be very good. And Peyton, where does that blue line cross the y-axis at? Yeah. James, what do you think about the green line? What's the slope of that green line? We'll start there. Is it negative or positive? Does the line go up or down when you see it from left or right? There you go. How far down do we go from between the two dots? from this dot to this dot. Just count them out.
Negative 30.
Yes, how far do we go to the right? You got it. James, one final question for you. Where does it cross the y-axis at? Remember, here's the origin where the two graphs come together, so how far up is this dot?
I don't know, this one off to Travis here.
James, just count it. You can do this.
What am I counting?
Start here,
Right.
up to here. How far above the origin is it? There you go. Again, two lines don't cross because they're parallel. What do you notice? Yep, slopes are equal. That's the thing I need you guys to know about parallel lines. Thank you. If two lines are parallel, then they have equal slopes. Yes, they're like railroad tracks. Yes, they never touch. But most importantly, what we need to know is the fact that they are parallel. So part of what you're going to have to do for me today is this. Give the slope of the line parallel to the given line.
I see that.
So y equals negative 4x plus 2. What's the slope of the line parallel to this one? Harley, what's the slope of this line? You remember slope-intercept form? What's in the end position? You got it. Let's try this example. Kelsey, what is the slope of the line parallel to the line of 1/3 x plus 7? You got it. Okay? Because if two lines are parallel, then they have equal slopes. Next. Do you remember the other day we were writing the equations of lines? Today we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to do parallel lines. So you're going to have something like this. Write the equation. Of the line parallel to the given line through the given point. So you get something like this. I'll put on your sheet. Y equals 2x minus 10, negative 4, 5 comma 4. So again, we're going to deal with our slope-intercept form. Move this over. I want to erase that. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you this. If we're going to be parallel to 2x minus 10, Katie Lester, what must our slope be? You got it. So remember, this is our three-step process. Katie did the first part. She found the slope. It's 2. Second part, we got to find the intercept. So remember what we did with this is we can plug into slope-intercept form. Ladies and gentlemen, if I pass through negative 5, 4, what's my y-coordinate going to be?
4.
Correct, Ms. Carpenter.
Good job, Kelsey.
Katie found the slope of 2. What's the x-coordinate of the point we're passing through? Not a lot of choices, guys. If the y is 4, what's x have to be?
2.
Nope. Negative 5. And b's our unknown factor. Guys, how are we going to solve for b? What is 2 times negative 5? B appears on the right side of our equation. So add the 10 is correct because we have to isolate the b. Okay, anybody tell me the answer? You got the 2 parts you need. You found the slope. You found the intercept. Just plug them in. Thank you.
Y equals 2 plus 14.
2 what? Don't forget your x. Questions so far? You guys think you can do this on your own?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we talked parallels. Now we got to talk the other type of line we have. How many of you guys have heard of this word before? What's perpendicular mean? Okay. They do intersect. You're right. You just have to add a little bit more to that definition. Parallels never touch. Perpendiculars do intersect, but we need something else. They intersect in a special way. Someone know what type of angle they intersect in? Correct. Oops, let me go back. Take a look. Excuse me. Take a look at our 2 lines. The red and the blue line are examples of lines that are perpendicular to each other. They intersect, and they form a right angle. Does anyone remember from middle school? How do we indicate on a diagram that it's a right angle? Yeah, put the thing there. Okay? Some people might call that a box. Okay? All right, let's practice what a skill that we need to know. That is, how do we write the equation of the line from a graph? So what is the equation of the blue line? Remember, we're slope-intercept form where we have to identify the slope and they intersect. So Devin, what's the slope of our blue line? How would we get between the points on the blue line? How do I go from this point right here?
I can't see the point.
Okay. How do I get from point A to point B?
Yeah, up one.
Yes? You got it. Devin, where do we cross the y-axis at? You got it. Nice job. Okay? Lorelei. It's the equation of the red line. Not 1 over 2. It is negative, and it does involve a 1 and a 2, but not in the way you said it. You got it. And what's our y-intercept? Very nice. Anybody notice anything?
Slopes are flipped.
What?
The slopes are flipped.
I like it. What do you mean by flipped?
Instead of the two being on the bottom, it's on the top of the
Okay. So Kelsey says the slopes are flipped because the 2 was on the bottom of the blue, but now it's on the top of the red. Does anyone remember what we call that when we take a fraction and we flip it? Correct. One other thing you have to tell me, though. One's negative and the other one is? So give me a word to describe what happens if one's negative and one's positive. If you have a negative and a positive, we would say they are what to each other? Starts with an O. Very good. That's the thing you have to know about perpendicular lines. The slopes are opposite reciprocals. Take a look at our examples. Just like we did with parallels, I want you to find the slope of the line that's perpendicular to the given line. So what you guys are going to have to do, and again, this is good practice from our slope-intercept problems. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the slope of y equals 1/2 x minus 3? 1/2. Therefore, what's our perpendicular slope going to be? Remember, you guys told me that it's opposite and it's reciprocal. Just like Kelsey said, they flipped it. 1/2 became -2.
So 2 over 1 negative? Negative 2 over 1?
You got it. Leah's correct. The slope of that second line is -5. Guys, how do we make a fraction out of something that's not a fraction? Good. So what would it flip to?
You're welcome.
1 over what?
It's not good.
Negative 2.
Where are you getting a 2 from?
I don't know. I'm confused right now. I'm 5. Negative 5.
Okay. Guys, if you take -5 over 1, you flip it, what's it going to be?
Negative 5.
No, flip it.
Positive.
That's opposite. It is going to become positive, but flip.
1 over 5.
Thank you.
What did I just say?
You said 2.
What did I-
Okay. Number 3. What's the slope of the line given? So if there's nothing here, it's understood to be what, Ms. Carpenter? No. A 1. Okay? So our slope is 1. How do we make 1 a fraction, everybody? So if we flip 1 over 1, we get, and what's the opposite of a positive? Negative. questions about how we do perpendicular slopes? Just like we did with parallels, we're now going to ask you to write the equation of perpendiculars. So we want to find the equation of the perpendicular line through 4, 5. From look down, please. Perpendicular to y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Again, it's the same 3 steps. Number 1, we have to find the slope. So let's start with this. Jay, what's the slope of y equals 1/2 x plus 3? That means, Breslin Ashley, what's our perpendicular slope going to be?
2 over 1.
And since this was positive, our slope will be?
Negative.
Very good. By the way, what is negative 2 divided by 1, class? Negative 2. So we found the slope. Next, we have to find the intercept. So again, we start with slope-intercept form. It passes through 4, 5. That means our y-coordinate is what? If it goes through 4, 5, Peyton Dunlap, which one's the y-coordinate? Right. Remember, guys, it's x, y, alphabetical order. So we're going to plug in 5. Our slope is negative 2. We found that because it's the opposite reciprocal of that. Our x comes from the point, it's 4. And b is what we're looking for.
So would you multiply the negative 2?
You would multiply the negative 2 and the 4. Again, our b is sitting on the right side of the equation. So we have to get rid of what's not on the not b, so we have to add the 8. Miss Lester's correct. That's the last part, and it's the easy part. You got a slope, you got an intercept, tell me the equation. What's slope-intercept form, Katie? Y equals mx plus b, so Katie, what's our m? No.
One of the numbers. Negative 2.
Yes. What's our b that we just found?
13.
Negative 2x plus 13. All right. Questions?